brings us to our civil rights skit. This play is set in the 1950s and 60s in Indianapolis, Indiana. This skit underscores what was going on in the Black community close to a century post-slavery. During this time, many Blacks were living in a separate but equal jurisdiction, working in factories, first generation of college-educated Negroes, and in some instances, living under the Jim Crow laws. There were two schools of thought during this time. There was the Black nationalist movement, the nonviolent movement, and the Pan-African movement. Blacks were now having a presence in film, television, and the arts, and this post the Harlem Renaissance in the 1920s. This skit focuses on the discourse of a family. The father, Henry St. Charles, a descendant of the St. Charles family that we met in the slavery skit. This skit showcases the impact of the breakdown of the family as well as generational history. Now the characters, Henry, is a patriot of the family and was just promoted to foreman at his plant. Henry is a college-educated man, yet he still struggles because Jim Crow laws prohibits him from working as an accountant in this plant. There's still an environmental philosophy that Black men should do and be general laborers. Henry is frustrated and tired of living below that Black line. Estella is Henry's wife and works as a secretary and is too college educated. She is an avid Christian that believes in the nonviolent movement that Dr. Martin Luther King is leading. She believes that Malcolm X is an anti-Christian, and the Black Panther movement is a bunch of radical Negroes that need to wait out the process. Now, Junior is Henry and Estella's son, who just graduated from college and wants to see radical change for his people. He believes that both of his parents need a dose of reality. People are struggling, and they need a change. Now, it's been almost 100 years since the end of slavery, yet we are still experiencing some of the effects of that brutal period in the American history. 10 million Africans were enslaved and transported throughout the Western world. They were chained, beaten, removed from their families, and were raped. Yet many survived. Many held their faith. And now we are with the descendants of the St. Charles family from Louisiana. Yes, Benjamin St. Charles was lynched. And Bessie St. Charles had numerous children. Her eldest son was born shortly after her husband was lynched. She named him Benjamin Jr. To this day, no one in the family knows who the father was, whether it was Master St. Charles or Benjamin. Today, we are with the grandson of Bessie and Benjamin, Henry, and his wife Estella, and their son Junior.
Hey Stella, how you doing? Looking good. Smelling kind of good too. What is that? What you got cooking up in there?
Well, it's a little bit of both.
Okay, tell me what you got.
Got some grain,
I can do that.
sweet potato,
I can do that too.
cornbread,
All right.
hot rice.
Bringing the south on up into the north.
Yes, baby.
Huh. Hey, well, I'm going to get out of these clothes, and I ain't smelling too good
No,
right
you
now.
sure ain't.
Yeah, I know all them years down there getting that education, only to come up here and work in the Midwest in this plant. How's that for a New Century Negro?
Now, baby, don't get to complaining now. We could have stayed down in the South for all that.
No. Now, you know, my grandfather got lynched trying to move his family up just so I can go up to that man and say, yes, sir, master. Thank you for letting me work in this accounting firm, only for him to get mad at me one day and burn it down and then try to lynch my boy. That ain't going on. We came to Indiana for the possibilities.
Well, now we're in Indiana, so you can make double in the factory here than you would down the south.
But I tell you, it's the same thing up here. It's blacks and we are unequal, you know? And you know, all that stuff still going on down there in the south. I mean, you still got blacks getting lynched. You still got them riding on the back of the bus. You still got them out there in the field sharecropping. And we still can't get into some of these colleges. No, we came up here for the possibilities, but I'm thinking of going and moving on north to Chicago.
No, I ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna keep moving me. No, Henry, I like it here. I like my church. You gotta go to that purpose of life.
Okay.
I like it there. I got some social clubs. The girls doing well in school. And Junior, you was able to send Junior off to college with that old factory job you got. Now stop all that complaining. You always never black, white,
Yeah.
this, all that stuff.
Yeah, but look, baby, look at us. We still black.
Well, yeah, that ain't gonna change.
We gonna overcome that.
Honey, it's not so bad. Look around. We got a nice house. Look at it.
But I want more for my family. See, look, you got that Martin Luther King guy talking about non-violence, but he's still getting his butt handed to him. I'm gonna tell you one thing, baby. Let one of them white folks hit me. I'm gonna hit them back. No. But that Malcolm X fella, yeah, now he's the real deal. He's talking about blacks helping blacks.
That Malcolm X, he ain't got but old, stupid, radical thing.
Well, I tell you what, like I told you, it ain't going on in my family. I promised my granddaddy that we was moving up south, and that's where we gonna be.
Just get the dough.
Hey,
What?
Daddy!
Hey, what? You up, right?
Mama!
Yes.
Just came from me.
Junior, hold on. Put these fools over here. But y'all dressed in all black? What y'all do what?
Like a cat?
Hey, come on here, brother.
Hey, man.
Y'all didn't know. We're gonna show y'all better. We want power. We want freedom to determine the destiny of our black community.
We want full employment and jobs for the black man. We want to end the robbery by the white man of our black community.
We want decent shelter, fit for all human beings. We want education that properly exposes the American society.
We want to end police brutality and murder the black man. We want all black people, when brought to trial, to be tried by a jury of their peers or people from their black community, as per the Constitution of the United States of America.
We want land, peace, shelter, justice. The revolution will not be televised.
All men are created equal and being endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, my brothers.
Oh, hold on now. Junior. Now, we ain't no Muslims now. We serve Jesus Christ in this house. We ain't giving up no pork, and you ain't giving up the education.
No, that's not like that. We're Black Panthers. We're about fighting for the community, standing up against the man, and being proud to be black.
See, now that's my boy right there. That's my boy.
Talk about generational curses. Did St. Charles men ever learn?
The 60s were trying times for American blacks. They went from Negroes to coloreds to blacks. Families are struggling still. Martin and Malcolm were assassinated. Medgar Evers was killed. Kennedy was assassinated. There were riots, but there is hope. Black folks understand that they had options, and they fought and won the right to vote. They fought in wars. They moved into cities. They dwelled in ghettos. The plight of the black man still plagued the community. They still fight over light and dark-skinned people. The family began to break down. Drugs ran rapid. But there is one thing that has been on the side of black folks, and that is their long-standing faith and belief in God and overcoming. The struggle continues. The struggle continues. But they never lost their praise.